don't think we have one. I don't think I have one.
Wow. You didn't have to meet our Puttsville mayor, did you?
No. Are you guys live?
Yeah.
That's okay. I'd say it to his face.
Picture life.
We are live. We are here. It is September 13th, 2016. Welcome to Season 5 of the Squared Circle. You bet your life. We're gonna do what we always do, year in, year out. We're gonna continue this quest to defend indie wrestling, even though you really can't see it. Back of me, you're John, but that's what we're gonna do. To my left tonight, Dangerous Dan. Right over here, Mr. John Ruckus Zimmerman
I'm here.
with the PWA Squared Circle television title
Yes.
championship T-shirt
Running out.
running out.
Continuous.
Right. Joining us for the beginning of season number 5, Blitzkrieg Pro Wrestling's #1 color commentator and WrestleGM's #1 color commentator, and soon to be on the staff at Paradise Alley, Mr. RJ Toothe.
Thank you for having me, guys. Always a pleasure to be here.
Probably,
Got a lot to say today, but we'll get to that.
Probably
We'll get
the
to
most qualified fellow sitting at this table right now. Quite honest with you.
Right. Qualifications up to you know what.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm flattered.
the
Thank you
three
very
of us
much.
can leave and he can handle it all himself.
Right.
So we might have to do that sometime.
Coming up in a couple weeks, Mr. Toothe and myself and this guy over here, Dangerous Dan, are embarking on a special project for Paradise Alley Wrestling.
We are. You guys
Right.
will be making your color commentary debuts with me.
Yes.
Looking forward to it. Very much looking forward
This
to
is
it.
going to be interesting.
It is. It
Right.
is. I'm curious.
As I'm not too familiar with the Paradise Alley roster, we're just gonna take your lead.
Yeah, I'll throw
Right.
you guys in beforehand. I'll steer the ship.
I promise you he'll say, "What a maneuver!"
I probably will.
At least once a match.
Look at the intensity of Tequila Off. You bet your life.
Might have to switch off your microphone at that point.
But we're going to continue on with our footage from Blitzkrieg's anniversary event, which took place last month at the end of the month.
27th.
August 27th, of course, and from Enfield. We've got a couple more matches there for you. We get the six-man scramble, although the person that won that match is no longer the champion already.
No, a lot of controversy tied into that one, as we'll see.
As definitely. And also we have two of your favorites from Chikara names too, I believe, Icarus and Flex Rumble.
Crunch.
Right.
Yep. That was a great match. We'll see some clips of that as well.
May I start?
Captain Crunch will be there.
May I begin?
He's got PvP right now. He doesn't have Blitzkrieg right now.
Okay. All right. Well, prior to that,
Prior to that,
first, I want to congratulate and thank, presented to Robert D. Hoff in appreciation for your dedicated service to the East Haven Food Pantry. He was awarded this nice plaque, which I'm about to bust over his head.
don't want to do that.
But thank you very much, Dan. Much deserved. And I can't say, on behalf of the Squared Circle, you always go out, and you've got another one coming up.
Yeah, we do. This this plaque is not only for myself; it's for our entire Squared Circle family. As the entire Squared Circle family pitches in for the food drives. We have one coming up this Saturday, the 17th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Charlie Square Shopping Center in the Stop and Shop. We're going to be doing three things. We're going to be doing a voter registration. We're going to be doing the food drive, and we're going to be raising money for the Michael D'Angelo Athletic Scholarship Fund.
AKA Diesel.
And anybody who is familiar with Diesel knows what a fine young man he was. we tragically lost him last April. So we'd greatly appreciate it if anybody could come out and donate to his scholarship in his memory.
Yeah. And if I could just interject here, as an East Haven resident and somebody who actually, not very, very personally, but somebody who did know Diesel on some level, like the way that his passing affected East Haven was unlike anything I've ever seen before. So what you're doing is really awesome, and what's going to happen on the 24th is
So,
gonna be really awesome.
you knew him personally?
Yeah, we weren't, I wouldn't even say we were friends. We were casual acquaintances, but yeah, he was very, very well liked around town, and it definitely hit everybody very hard.
Definitely. We're all going to be there to support that scholarship.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, on the 24th. Definitely
Looking
encourage
forward to it.
those, out there. Come to East Haven High School. It's on the 24th. Do it up, definitely.
Can I have a moment?
You can now have your moment
All right,
before we get to our beautiful footage.
I apologize in advance. Wrestling news aside, I lived in East Haven, and I agree with you. And it was something that you could feel in the air when his passing happened, and it went through not only the middle school that Jacob was at and the high school. It did affect the whole town. And now I'm officially, the cat's out of the bag. I am a resident of North Haven, right here, our wonderful town, and I'm very happy to be here. But I had a very bad experience coming into North Haven. We were working.
Is this the Popeyes thing?
Yes, we were working
God.
very hard, and there were 7 of us, and we walk into Popeyes right up the street, and we were treated very poorly by the manager, Tara, and I will say her name. And there
Right
was
down the
2
road.
young men, yeah, right, like you can toss a rock and hit Popeyes from here. There's 2 young men in the dining room with no shirts on. I notified the manager and asked her to address the situation. Clearly a health code violation. And she was nonplussed and refused to do anything about it. And I explained to her that it is a clear violation of the health code. And me being ruckus,
Causing
what
a
do you think I
ruckus.
did?
Take your shirt off.
I took my shirt off.
Thank God I wasn't there to see
Because
that.
apparently, if it's okay for
I would have
these
been in the
2 young
bathroom
men-
like in 30 seconds.
Right. You don't want to see this, folks. You really don't. But, apparently, at the Popeyes over here, she made it seem like it was okay for, you to be in the dining room eating chicken with no shirt on. So I just joined in the festivities. Well, apparently, she wasn't happy about that and told the other folks that they had to leave, and that it was all my fault that they had to leave. And I disagree that, if it was okay for these young men, then it was okay for me. Well, not that it mattered to me, not that I care, but apparently the issue became the manager felt that because she's African American, the young men that had no shirts on in the dining room were African American. That was the reason that I was upset. No, I would not bring my children into a dining establishment, a restaurant, a dining room where people are eating, and have them sit with no shirts on. That's all the issue was. Well, the customer, management, the staff all began chanting that I'm a racist redneck, which anybody that knows me and met me, I'm not. Redneck and Jew really don't go together. So that's kind of difficult to believe out of me, and it's just not my nature. And we've interviewed people of all different backgrounds, all different colors, and sexual orientation, and I'm very liberal, and I love everybody, and that had no bearing on the case. But apparently, the entire restaurant, staff and management, and chose to start basically a race riot. And, if that's how Popeyes feels, now I've been waiting for a response from upper management of Popeyes for 2 weeks, and I've called nearly every day for the past 2 weeks to have some sort of resolution on this issue. So Popeyes, please, anybody watching, now it's illegal and immoral for me to call for a boycott, which I am not doing. But if this is the way that you treat your customers, if this is the way that you want to be treated when you walk into an establishment, then you feel free to go in there. But asking the manager, who should know better and should have addressed the situation when it happened, before I even came into the building, to have two young men put shirts on in their dining establishment. If that makes me a racist redneck, then she doesn't know what she's talking about.
No, yeah.
So, my piece. I'm sorry, I apologize, and we're back to wrestling.
Back to wrestling.
Had to be said. I'm
No,
sorry.
okay.
no, yeah. I mean, how long has no shoes, no shirt, no service been?
Thank
It's
you.
been a
It's
policy.
just common sense.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Common human decency.
Right, right.
All right.
And, you know, Popeyes did say that that is their policy, that no shirt, no shoes, no service. So the manager, you know, I don't know what her issue was. I don't know if they were friends or if she was just too chicken to address the situation.
Ooh.
But,
man.
yeah, it was a sad day. But I will not be supporting their franchise.
Well, not to kick the same bucket, but Jay and I have been in that
Just with all these chicken
same
puns.
Popeyes also,
Yeah.
and we also received very rude and discourteous service. So
All right.
we haven't given them a buck since that occurred to us.
Well, you know, the
That's
next
three in a
Right,
minute.
right.
3 chicken
There
puns
we
in
are.
a minute.
But we
We're
will.
talking about wrestling, please.
Yeah. You know, if this situation is resolved soon, I will be holding a protest outside. I'll invite all of you to be standing
There we go.
outside of. And we might get the NHTV has a chicken for a mascot.
There you
I'll
go.
Borrow I can borrow
Bet your
the suit.
Just wear the head.
Right.
Just the head with no shirt and
Right.
shorts.
Yeah, with no shirt. There we go.
Right.
There we go. All right, back to wrestling.
Back to
Sorry.
wrestling. Well, we'll do the PvP footage. I don't know what's going on with the Blitzkrieg, but we have PvP. And we got that big card to talk about on the 24th anyway. So
Yep.
we've got lots to do. So whenever the guys in back are all set, we can roll it. at this PvP show. And Kingpin Brian Malonis, who had some choice words for him the last PvP show, was not around.
Ooh. And I'm guessing he had something to say.
Right.
Retaliation.
Yeah, exactly. He had plenty to say to refute Mr. Malonis' claim that he, in fact, is the #1 big man in the New England area.
That's going to be something.
Yeah.
When they finally
get their
building.
schedules together and are able to be in the same PvP show at the same time.
Right.
That one's going to be
Right.
something.
I would want to reinforce the ring for that one.
Yeah.
They're really going to have to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Was you talking the Wrestling Dead, their next card in Hadley next month, I think
Love
it's
that name.
the 22nd. The PvP's Wrestling Dead Season 2.
The Wrestling Dead, I thought, was TNA.
Oh, wow.
Jay, can I borrow your wife?
Wow.
But sorry, Dan.
Wow.
Had to be
Right.
said. Had to be said.
And if they don't reinforce the ring, I think the ring's going to be dead.
Yeah.
Right.
So what do we got here coming up next?
Well, we got. I will run down the card, and when I have them, if they have anything else ready for me, they can let me know through this piece of technology I have in my ear that I'm trying to conceal from everybody, so I don't look like I'm
It's just a hearing aid.
been assimilated by the
Right,
board.
you will be assimilated.
Right.
Resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile, definitely. We had the pre-show. Johnny Torres won against Nick King, the brother of royalty
Yep.
William King, of course.
Who's also coming up pretty fast. I'm
Real
very,
fast.
Very impressed with what he's been doing.
Exactly, real fast. Damian Black came out. Damian Black's life matters.
Damian Black's life does matter.
It does. Right. He was not happy about being on the pre-show.
No. He's been having a rough go of it everywhere, it seems.
Right.
With the Blitzkrieg, with the Danucci dynasty. And,
Right.
I don't know. He's got to figure something out here.
Yeah. Damian Black matters. He had a sign that said Damian Black matters, and when Joanna came out to do the national anthem, he refused to stand up.
Wow. Oh, man. He pulled a Colin.
He pulled the
Colin
Colin.
Kaepernick.
Right.
We won't go into that. Way too much to say. I'll get myself.
Yeah, I've already.
Yeah. That'll seal us up for good.
Yeah, that'll be the nail in the coffin.
We're not going to make it to episode 2 of season 5 if we don't get the masking tape out right now.
Oh, my God.
Oh Lord. We had the commissioners debate between Jimmy Mears and Joey Danucci. Let's just say Jimmy Mears is no longer a candidate. He dropped out of the race. He dropped out of the race after dropping Joseph Danucci on his.
I was going to say he broke a bottle of Jack over his head. So.
Punched him. 'Cause he couldn't do his usual or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
wow.
He's my favorite, man.
He's great. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, God.
He's awesome.
What a character.
Right.
What a character.
That's something. It reminds me him and what's his name?
Bacabella?
Sidney Bacabella remind me of 1980s style or early 90s
Yeah,
style
yeah,
managers.
I love
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Take a lesson.
Exactly.
Bobby Brain, take a lesson.
I mean, they'll never hold a candle to Bobby, but
No.
Yeah, well, don't put the ceiling on him. You never know.
exactly.
You never know.
But if they decided they wanted managers back, more funnier ones than Paul Heyman,
Yeah.
I mean, they'd look no further than those two.
Yeah.
I will say we're seeing them a lot more on the indies these days. They're popping up a lot more, so,
Right.
Be a good sign.
Yeah.
It's a lost
fun.
art.
Yeah, it is. I swear all the time. I miss these guys and Captain Lou Albano and even Scary Sherry. They just add that other and Mr. Fuji,
Of course.
who we just lost. They just add that other dimension and
Yeah.
sometimes they add a comedic element and sometimes they talk for the guys that don't know how to talk or haven't learned to talk yet. And it's just a piece of the puzzle that the big leagues are really missing right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of not knowing how to talk, have you noticed Jay's grammar is improving?
I haven't met James Grammer.
We haven't
I hear she's a wonderful
we
woman.
haven't got funner this week.
Right,
He's
right.
actually pronouncing the
Right.
proper words.
Well, that night it was like 2 hours of sleep. I do a lot for this show. It's a lot of work editing that stuff.
He works hard, so others don't have to.
You bet your life. You bet your life.
I've heard that before.
And like, obviously, we just saw Aristocrats winning over Xavier Bell, Ace Romero, and Anthony Green. Tiki O'Ryan winning over Corey Michael via submission. Cruz, AJ Cruz, and Jeremy Leary, they battled to a draw.
I heard that one was really good.
That was awesome. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, anytime those two lock it up.
Yep. Yeah. Between that and the Civil War match with AJ Cruz and Lucas Sharp, another great match. I mean, I could see guys like Jeremy and AJ breaking out one day.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Well, if they keep doing business with you, they're going to have to.
I'll you do business with me, you go right to the top.
Yeah, we saw what happened when
Oh,
Lucas...
so you're on the bottom.
We saw...
He said it.
And cut.
And cut. Wrecking Ball Legursky over Dexter Laux in quick time. Quick time. We bore witness to professional wrestling's, and I'm being told this is the truth, first ever exposed turnbuckle match between the closers and the masterminds.
Oh, intentionally exposed anyway.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
intentionally for the purposes of having the match,
Right.
not getting
Torn open.
at some point, but they literally took off all the turnbuckles. And
Yeah.
Matt was just going over and ripping them off
Well,
as he was talking on the mic.
I think we saw a while back the first card with no third row. Remember that one?
Well, I did see
I did
that.
see a card with no third
The
row.
first,
one.
the whole entire card.
Yeah, the entire card.
Where was that?
No bottom row.
We also saw the first ever steel cage falling apart match.
Yeah, unintentionally. It was a rough night. You know,
Really?
it was an
Same show?
Yeah.
Same
It was an
show.
independent
Yeah,
It was a rough
don't
night.
say which show it
Yeah,
is. We don't want
yeah.
to bury anybody.
We
You
love-
can tell me after.
Yeah, we love everybody, and we love doing business with you. But that was a rough night. It was fun though. We had a really good time,
Right.
and great people involved.
Mm-hmm. So the closers are now once again the Pioneer Valley Tag Team Champions, defeating the Masterminds in this exposed turnbuckle match. I gotta say though, the turnbuckles really didn't come into play too much.
Yeah.
Well, I think Marshall McNeil would have an argument with you.
But he did
on
feel.
that one.
I said not too much. They did come into play though, and Marshall McNeil did
Feel the brunt of
Eat
it.
it.
feel the brunt of it. Yeah. Yeah.
He was wearing a sizable bandage when we saw him later that evening.
Yes. Quite sizable.
Yeah,
Almost his entire forehead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woof.
Right.
Worse than
Poor Marshall.
Randy Orton.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also saw the Battle of the Sea Stars once again. Delmy XO with Skylar. Of course, Delmy being a heel in Pioneer Valley with Skylar, and Mecca being Doug's Angels. Ashley Vox making her return. Toxis somehow was knocked unconscious backstage. Right. The night didn't end well for Toxis. She wasn't even able to make it out. Ashley Vox returned, only to get defeated by Delmy, who used a tire iron
Wow.
to do
Ooh.
the job.
Sheesh.
Exposed turnbuckles,
I
tire
know,
iron.
tire
This is like
irons.
Extreme Rules.
Tire iron,
yeah.
I know.
Now, I'm pretty sure a tire iron is an international object.
Yes,
Yes.
it would be.
Foreign object.
Right,
Right.
right. Of course, I didn't see anything because my monitor was broke. Well, wait a minute, I didn't even have a monitor. Yeah. There was I don't know, somebody spilled something on my camera. I don't know.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Sure,
Was it you?
blame it on someone else. Sure.
The 20-man Rumble ended with Royalty William King emerging victorious. He now is the new #1 contender and goes on to take on Brad Hollister.
You don't do that nearly as good as
No.
Danucci
No.
does.
No.
Danucci's classic, man.
Right.
We
We
should just
gotta-
get a dub of him saying it
Oh,
anytime.
God.
I think so.
Just
Yeah, just
Yep. Hit a button.
Soundboard.
I need the
seriously, we got to get him on this show.
Can we? Yeah. Let's start a GoFundMe for
Yeah.
a Danucci soundboard.
We got to have the
Something.
Danucci app on your phone.
Right.
The ringtone.
We are giving him money right here. Just so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
My phone rings and it goes,
Brad
Brad Hollister.
Get him on the show. I swear to God. I'm going
Oh
to
my gosh.
I really do.
Oh,
Well, good for Mr. King there. Definitely well deserved.
right. So we'll see what happens there if he can finally do what nobody else has been able to do in the past year and a half, I'm told now.
Yeah.
Yep.
been a while.
That's a long reign.
I don't know. I think he can do it. I think he will do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is his chance.
And
Right.
speaking of long reigns, Azriel, PWA, Squared Circle television champion, defeated
Montekia.
Montekia, I can't say that name for some reason,
Mm-hmm.
at the Friday Night Fights, and to retain the PWA Squared Circle Television Championship. So congratulations to Azriel. Thank you. Thank you very much for supporting and defending our title. We love this guy, and he's up for the Insider of the Week. Go on our webpage and vote for him, and hopefully he'll get Match of the Week for defending the PWA Squared Circle television title. And Friday Night Fights every Friday night at PWA in Cheshire. Check it out. You're always in for something great. Troy Stevens and Dickie Moon are in the middle of a wicked good feud right now. The departure of Joseph von Schmidt, which we reported on, has left quite the void. And we're going to see how everybody steps up and fills the void. Because I'll tell you, you know what, they got some great talent at PWA, but giant shoes to fill when Joseph von Schmidt walks out of the building. So it's really an up-and-coming spot for somebody to take over the reins and fill those giant boots of the German Hammer. So,
Who can do it though?
yeah, that remains to be seen. Troy
I know.
Stevens and Dickie Moon are fighting right now for the vacated title because Troy Stevens was stripped of the title for some nefarious acts because he is in the injustice. Right?
Please.
Yes.
Is it still going to be the Injustice League?
Infamous Injustice League.
Is it still going to be the infamous Injustice League?
Yes, yes. You know, hey, you know, members can be, you know, all
My
over the world.
schedule is freed up on Friday nights now.
We
So
are. We're gonna have to have a man on the scene.
pretty soon I'll be making my return.
Yes.
Right.
PWA, Cheshire, Friday Night Fights.
Mm-hmm.
Be there and witness the Squared Circle Television Champion.
I know. Got to check on the belt.
Yeah.
I hope it's okay.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
It's looking good.
Yeah, of course.
It's all nice and polished.
Oh yeah. What do you think? He's gonna walk around with a dirty belt?
I don't know.
That's you.
This belt is. This belt costs more than your new house. Yeah.
Shots fired.
John Zimmerman.
Wow.
Hoofa.
Kind of like your haircut.
What about it?
It's looking super.
It's super.
It's phenomenal.
Oh, I get it.
It's extraordinary.
It's a super cut.
Right. Right. I don't know what's going on with our logos and graphics, but with 25 minutes left, why don't we go over this
Diesel Mania.
Diesel Mania,
Yes.
this phenomenal card that Mr. Mancini and his crew have put together.
There we are.
Yes.
Here we are.
We're starting off with a good friend of yours, aren't
Yeah, can we talk about this for a second? Because as you guys saw the Blitzkrieg footage from last week, and I've had a lot of people ask me what's going on.
I did have that on the
Between-
footage too.
Yeah, between me and Mr. Holiday. You guys like when people tell the truth in this show, right? You like
Yeah.
when people shoot from the hip?
Without a doubt.
All right, well, I'll tell the truth. I'll shoot from the hip. You see, the fact of the matter is, me and Richard Holiday have known each other for 15 years. And in that 15 years, the only thing that either of us have done is eat, sleep, and breathe pro wrestling. It's the only thing either of us ever wanted to do. And we got involved, and we did that. Separate paths, mind you, but we did that. About the time he was ready to start having his first matches, a few months into his training, I decided to take a trip down to Paradise Alley Wrestling School to check him out. Being part of Wrestle Jam, of course, you're always looking for new guys. And I watched him in the ring, and he was very good, especially considering the amount of time that he had been training up until that point. So I got on the phone, I call Mike Banks, and I say, Mike, they got a guy down here who could be a big player for us in the future if we give him a chance. A little hesitant, Mike was, being unseen goods, of course, but he gave him that shot. And what does he do? The night before the show, he gets a hold of me and he says, I can't make it tomorrow. I have a commitment. On the biggest Wrestle Jam to date up to that point, the night before the show, on a booking he knew about for 2 months, he has a commitment.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere.
I would later come to find out there was no commitment. I would later come to find out there was no commitment. That was not the case. I won't go into what happened because it'll be rehashing a lot, but let's just say it left a very sour taste in my mouth towards both Richard Holiday and Paradise Alley Wrestling. But the months passed, things simmered down a little bit, and WrestleJam 14 season was on the horizon. And I decided, for the better of the company and for the better of the future, I'll swallow my pride and I will give this one more shot with him. He didn't bail this time. He accepted it, and he was there. I even went as far to go down to Paradise Alley Wrestling School and do an extensive interview with him at a time where I was not well received in that building whatsoever. But I went in there because I wanted our fans to know who he was and what he was about. And how does he repay me for all that? In the middle of his match, he stops dead in his tracks at WrestleJam and starts yelling at me on color commentary, telling me that I suck, that I'm not doing my job right, embarrassing me
I saw, yes.
in front of my friends and in front of my family. So, at that point, I kind of had a bit of an epiphany. I thought to myself, who is it that I actually have this problem with? Is it Richard Holiday, or is it Paradise Alley Wrestling? And I thought about that for a long time. And then I reached out to a man who I didn't think I would ever have a conversation with again in my life, Mario Mancini. And we talked for a long while, and we said a lot of things. We hashed out a lot. You guys know everything that was going on there. We don't need to go back into that.
A year ago, if you said to me, Jay, you're going to be showing a Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling graphic with Mario Mancini.
You would have laughed.
Wow. The other guy's co-host.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But here we are, look.
Yep. So me and Mario talked for a long while. We hashed out a lot, and we walked away from that conversation with a pretty strong mutual respect for each other, a respect so strong that he decided he was going to let me start booking some of the matches for his company. And when he told me that, my face lit up like a kid on Christmas, because I knew from that point forward that Richard Holiday would never be able to take the easy way out again, that Richard Holiday would get nothing but the toughest opponents that this area has to offer, and that Richard Holiday would finally get the reality check that he so desperately needs.
Nice.
And when he found that out, it got under his skin. He wasn't very happy. It got into his head, as you guys saw.
He seemed like a nice guy. I was with him most of Saturday afternoon, him and Mario.
You'd think that, but no. And we saw that. We saw the fact that it got into his head because he did the same exact thing he did at WrestleJam at Blitzkrieg just a few weeks ago. And guess what? This time it cost him because he could have won that Battle Royal. He was one of the last 6 guys in that match. But he let it get to his head. He starts yelling at me, and guess what? He gets flipped over the top. And guess what? On September 24th at Dieselmania, I'm sure he'll have something to say to me again, and that's perfectly fine because there will be no doubt about it that it's going to cost him again because he's going to turn around and Rude Boy Riley's going to kick his teeth down his throat.
We just saw Mario on a graphic. We just saw Paul Roma, their champion, defending against Marco.
Yeah, a lot going on there. So basically, that's what's going on with me and Richard Holiday, just to catch everybody up.
Len Oddity with the Jurassic Era. Are the Jurassic Era split up, or are they back together, or what's going on?
I believe this is a one-night-only sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And you figure different companies promote talent different ways.
Yeah. Yeah. They the Jurassic Era decided to put their differences aside for this one night.
Right.
The team with Len Oddity take on the House of Pain. Mm-hmm. That'll be a good one.
That'll be a good 6-man action.
Yes. Yes.
You like 6-man action?
Oh, God.
Mr. Zimmerman, please.
Drop my microphone. Guys got me all.
That should be a great match.
Please refrain from any further comments.
I thought
Sir.
it would be a great match.
Okay, all right.
I didn't book it.
Neither did I.
Right.
I have a lot to say about this one.
Oh, boy. The ladies.
The ladies here. Tequila Rose. I mean, I have a lot of respect for her. We've known her from Pioneer Valley and some other companies out there. Fine athlete. I've been trying to reach Ms. Tequila Rose. I've been trying to reach out to her to come on this show. I want to talk about this match heavily. I've messaged Ms. Allison J. too as well.
That damn restraining order.
Yeah.
Right. we'll see what happens. We got one more week to go. I mean, I'm actually putting it out there to them as well as any talent from Paradise Alley.
Yeah.
Have
Especially Richard
have a
Holiday.
nice forum here. We'll have a nice family meeting, here next week.
Maybe that's part of the problem. That's that's illegal, buddy.
Whoa,
That's for after hours. You're putting it out there.
PAPW Center Ring Divas Championship. That's the name of the belt.
Right.
The woman that holds it is Tequila Rose.
The name of the belt?
It's the name of the belt.
Yes.
Like-
Just like the Square
We-
Circle Championship.
We say the name of the belt the right way
Correct.
on this show. That's what it is.
What it is.
You know what? And a fine champion,
Agreed.
definitely.
I think Tequila Rose will retain the title.
Right.
I don't know. My money's on Allison Jade. She is fired up. She is definitely looking for revenge.
What do you know about Allison Jade besides the fact that,
I
well,
think experience will
right.
win this match.
Well, I think that Allison Jade feels she was robbed of that title in the first place. She thought that it was hers. If you saw the way that Tequila won it, the argument can be made that it was Allison Jade's title. And she's been walking around with that chip on her shoulder for a while now. So, yeah, she's my choice. I think she's going to win.
I'm going with Tequila.
Well, agree to disagree.
Right. Experience counts.
We'll bet a beer on it.
Maybe we will. Beer of duties.
Yes.
Bet your life.
Duty.
Duties.
Oh God, yeah, we'll be calling that. That's illegal, isn't it?
Right.
Right.
Wait a minute.
After the matches, after we're
Yes.
done with our
Yes.
color commentary, not during.
Duties, man.
Duties to tuck it in.
Yes.
Bet your life.
Well, we get them as a sponsor. Come on.
Well, you could talk to them, maybe. You never know.
Well, now
Is that
that
in
you,
North Branford or is it technically?
Yeah.
That's
in
North Branford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Griever
And the corrector.
and the Corrector.
We've had the corrector on the show. He,
We've had-
he was scared the living crap out of me on
Yeah,
the show.
he's a
I don't know if
real
you saw
life
that-
corrections
that
officer.
episode,
He's
yeah.
he's
We
something.
did not know the corrector was going to be here that night, and he busted in our
He
studio.
almost tore that door down right over there.
Yeah.
He really did.
Yeah, we
Oh,
thought
gosh.
there was going to be a Royal Rumble right here.
Oh man. Well, yeah, I'm going to pick the corrector for that one. I think he's got that one in the
Yeah.
bag. He's looking to get his hands on the Griever.
well, I'm not worried if the corrector shows up here again. We've got our secret weapon sitting in the audience over there.
There we
Uh-oh.
are.
The Zim boys.
Yeah.
That's it. The Griever, I wouldn't want to meet that guy in the dark alley,
No.
or a light one for that
No,
matter.
yeah, I was going to say, or any alley for that.
Or a
Or Paradise Alley.
Or Paradise Alley.
Hey.
See what I did there?
And I don't know if we have any more graphics or not, or
Can we run through those other ones because we were talking?
Oh, yeah.
Can
There's,
we run through the beginning ones
There's going to be
again?
Bull Dempsey and Big Jim Anderson. Oh,
There we
yeah,
are.
There's,
Richard
Yeah,
Holiday.
we were talking-
there's
which-
that.
You started your rant.
Yeah.
And what do you know about Riley?
I know that Riley is one of, if not the most successful wrestlers in all of New York. I know that he holds 3 heavyweight championships right now.
Wow.
And I know that he is going to show Richard Holiday that he isn't quite as good as he thinks he is.
Wow.
And Mr. Holiday, if you have anything you'd like to say to me, the floor is yours. You're more than welcome to call in. You can come on the show to next week if you want.
oh, he's been invited.
Yeah.
He asked me to send him the
And of course,
info.
the Battle Brothers.
Yeah. We saw this one, yeah,
Right,
the 6-man, old
And
school and Joey.
Battle Brothers have been around for quite a while in the Connecticut scene now, and a force to be reckoned with. So Old School and Joey definitely have their match cut out for them.
I'm still going to go old school and Joey on that one, though. Just like with Alice and Jade, they were robbed of their championships, and they're going to be looking out for some revenge here. Let's just hope that their beef with Mr. Dave Olson doesn't take precedent over winning the match, and this is what we were talking about
There's
before.
Big Jim Anderson and Bull James.
Yeah, this one's going to be something. There's going to be a lot of hard hitting for sure. I don't expect much technical prowess between the two of these two,
Yeah.
but they're going to beat the hell out of each other, and that's going to be really awesome.
And I had the pleasure of interviewing Bull Dempsey at the time, just as he was let go from the WWE, and couldn't have been a nicer fellow to me. And as you saw on the interview, he was just a great guy. And
Yeah.
he definitely has a huge future in front of him. And this is your opportunity to go, to a local thing and see. Definitely, Bull James is going to be in the big leagues once again. So here's your chance to get up and close and personal. And
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be autographs and
Yeah,
all
of
that
course.
happy
Yeah,
stuff.
before the show. Yeah, everybody will be walking around doing the meet and greets. That'll be fun.
So definitely get your butt down there because you're going to catch tomorrow's start today.
Pretty Paul Roma
Marco.
and Marco.
I mean, definitely going Roma with this one. I'm not sure what Marco did to earn himself a title shot, but I think that Pretty Paul's going to walk out of this one pretty easily.
Yeah.
Well, I understand also that Marco's going to be led to the ring by none other than Mr. Joey Ambrosini.
Yeah, I believe so.
Believe so.
You can believe the hype.
Right.
And Joey definitely is the hype.
One man.
I don't know if we should answer this or not. I'm not really
You got a
getting.
call?
I don't know.
Answer it. Let's see.
Let's see.
Let's just see what happens.
You're live on the Squared Circle.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Mr. Daisy.
How are you this evening?
We're great. Thunderous one. What can we do for you?
We're not Popeyes.
I was on the Top Rope Report earlier this week with our good friend Mr. Trivia,
Yes, sir.
and we discussed the subject, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this,
Yep.
of a producer producing a movie leading up to the Benoit tragedy.
Ah.
Oh boy.
And apparently it's going to be coming out in theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
go ahead.
do you have any desire to see such a movie?
It all depends on who is doing it and how much information they have. Because I've heard the Jericho podcast and with Chavo, and Chavo. If anybody knows the story,
Yeah.
it's Chavo. And if the movie isn't based on some of Chavo's account of what happened,
Dean Malenko.
Di Malenko, right? And so if the main players, involved in that whole scenario weren't consulted or interviewed, I would say, it can't be, factual.
No, yeah.
It's a really tough call. Everybody's got their opinion on the career. And then nobody really knows what happened. We weren't there, and the only thing that we know is the aftermath. So,
I think the whole thing's in poor taste. I think it's going to be completely fluffed up for Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think it's disrespectful to the families of both parties, and I will not be seeing it.
That was my opinion. I have no desire to see it myself.
Yeah. And I'm not shunning anybody who does see it. I mean, for people who aren't really sure of what happened, I'm sure it's not going to be completely factual anyway. But personally, me, no, not a chance.
I've got to agree with you, Tom, and RJ, and I've got no desire to see it either.
Yeah, I've got no desire myself. It
Yeah,
just isn't.
Why shine light on that tragedy?
Exactly.
It seems that the world of wrestling, just recently, within the past 2 years, has finally kind of shed all the negativity that came with that.
Yeah,
Right.
or
now-
at least it's starting to.
Yeah, and now they're shining a light right back on it. It's a cash grab,
Just to
and it
make
makes
money.
me sick.
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah,
make
it
money
is.
off
It
a
is.
tragedy. It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
It
Yeah,
is.
very poor taste.
And I
Very
really
poor
don't
taste.
believe that there's enough information
No.
available because nobody really knows what
Nobody
happened.
was there. You know
Right.
what I mean? Yeah. Hopefully they at least try to do it some justice. Like you said, bringing into the accounts of Chavo, Malenko, the guys who actually knew him.
Because Chavo talked to him like literally
The day-
hours
yeah, the day of.
before,
Yeah.
before it happened.
Yeah.
And to hear him tell it, that's all you need to know.
Get his,
account.
I'm sure his stance on the movie will come out, and that right there will tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not saying it.
No desire.
Just to let Hollywood know, I am heading down to the home office of Talking with Tom.
This
we are.
evening. Okay.
So you can find me down there this evening.
You can say where the home office is.
Of course, the sponsor of the Squared Circle,
There we are.
American Steamed
American
Cheeseburger,
Steam, right there on Quinnipiac Avenue in Wallingford.
Very nice.
and the home base of Talking with Tom's podcast.
Did Tom tell you I saw him on Wednesday?
Yes, he did.
I was hobnobbing with the owner of American Steamed at the Kiss concert. on
Oh,
Wednesday night.
Really?
Yeah. I got to give Gene Simmons some more of my money
Did you rock and roll all night?
and party every day. Yes, I did.
Very nice.
Yes, I shouted out loud. I shot off the love gun. I spoke to Beth. First time since the divorce.
Hey now.
Hey now. See what I did there? But yeah, it was fun, and Tom and I had a nice conversation, and we'll see you over at the home office of American Steamed.
Heading down to watch SmackDown.
Yeah, there we are.
There we go.
SmackDown and American Steam. What could be better than that? Great food, a halfway decent show. SmackDown.
Decent show.
Right? SmackDown.
Well, SmackDown's after us.
Correct.
We're not on before
Right, we're
SmackDown.
the pre-show.
Right.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Thunderous One.
Take care, gentlemen, and keep up the great work.
All right, thank
Will
you.
do.
Good night.
See you soon.
There we are.
Thunderous one time Daisy.
Yes.
Right. The man that works behind the scenes to get this.
The man that got kicked out of that other show.
Oof. You heard that story?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
True. Truth hurts.
It's
I talk the
facts.
truth.
No.
It's facts.
I get kicked out of Popeyes. He gets kicked out of.
Yeah.
You know.
Something happened there. It was a failure to communicate. Let's just put it that way. Leave it at that. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to this Diesel Mania.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
And the proceeds go to.
the proceeds will be going to the Michael J. D'Angelo Scholarship Fund. There's no reason that gym shouldn't be packed that day, especially considering, like I said, just the impact that he had on our community. What is it to throw $10 towards his fund and come out and see 12 matches?
Right.
You know, this great wrestling show. It's a no-brainer. It really
You may or may not know the talent. Are they donating their time? Some of them. All?
So yeah, some of them.
We
will
did
be.
fail to mention Jeremy Leary taking on El Dorito.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, that one's gonna be fun.
I don't think they have a graphic for that one.
No.
No, not yet. But no, that one's gonna be really fun. Yeah, Jeremy actually specifically requested that one. So
Did he?
Yeah, he wants a piece of the little man. So
He was telling me he's never taken on a midget before,
no, he's
and this
not.
is the first
I
time.
don't think that's the
that's not
PC
the
term.
PC
little
Right.
person, right?
Little person.
Right.
Right. I'm still stuck in the
Yeah.
80s.
80s.
Or
Yeah.
whenever that was
Right.
PC.
Right.
Right.
He said it.
I was gonna
Right.
say the views and opinions of Jerry.
Okay.
Small person.
Right.
Little person.
You're
Little-
small-minded for a little
Right.
person. Yes. There we are.
Very good. Yeah.
Right. I do
Yeah.
apologize if I
Nonetheless,
offended any little people out there.
Recently, yeah. Recent.
It's okay, I forgive you.
Recently released from WWE El Torito.
Right.
Yes.
So I mean, is this the first time he's been in Connecticut?
In Connecticut, yes. I'm not sure if this is his first match since being released. I wouldn't venture to say so.
No,
but
first time in
This
Connecticut.
is his first time in Connecticut. Yeah.
And I think our friends over at M&J Collectibles are going to
We'll have him. Yep.
Right.
We'll be there earlier that day.
Yep. So M&J Collectibles, go on and link our site, and you can meet El Torito at M&J Collectibles, and you can also meet him at Dieselmania.
Dieselmania.
Right.
Yes.
You'll see him
Absolutely.
twice. Twice as nice.
Yes. We got another Wrestle Jam on the way as well, October 15th in Northford. What is it? The Aces School, I believe it's called.
Right.
I may have butchered that. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's going to be a great night too. So far for that, we've announced Ken Broadway taking on Bobby Ocean. For those of you who know him, they're going to
Know them both.
They're going to beat the you know what?
The
out of each other.
DPW champion,
Yes.
Bobby Ocean.
Yep. Against the House of Glory Elite champion, Ken Broadway. So that one,
Right.
that one will be, that one's going to be pretty crazy. And also announced, oh no, never mind. He didn't announce that yet.
Oh.
So
We're all messing up now.
Almost had an exclusive. Wow.
no, so I will leave that one there. But no, the other match that was announced was Dave Cole taking on Gran Akuma.
Nice.
That one was kind of a callback to the original Wrestle Jam fans. That we figured those two guys, probably more so than anyone, really epitomized.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think William Thompson will be there?
I don't know. He might be busy that night. No, just kidding.
Before we have
Bill's
to
already
wrap
at
it
the
up,
building.
though,
He is already in Northford.
before we have to wrap it up, I understand that there was a man that was in Ring of Honor, recently left, and he's done Wrestle Jam before, Roderick Strong,
Yes. Yep.
heading to
Heading to
the big
WWE.
leagues.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, when he left Ring of Honor, it was pretty much set in stone. That was what was going to happen. But yeah, well deserved. He's incredible. I don't know how much you've seen of his work, but he's awesome.
Not too much, but I was impressed.
Look him up. Yeah,
Right.
he's
Oh, yeah.
awesome, and he's going to be a star.
Yeah.
There.
Oh yeah, he's getting a zillion hits on YouTube now.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah. He should have been there years ago.
Yeah.
Honestly and truly. But yeah, he's awesome.
Absolutely.
It's amazing, yeah. When you got AJ Styles grabbing the belt, and I think WWE's really turning the corner.
Yeah.
And
They're embracing the indie thing.
right.
Give it to 'em.
And it started with maybe Daniel Bryan, and you look at Dean Ambrose, you look at Seth Rollins, and
Nakamura and NXT.
Yeah. So, a lot of these guys, as we say, get out to these independent shows. You're seeing tomorrow's stars today. So the guy Roderick Strong, right at WrestleJam,
Yes.
boom, WWE, like within weeks.
A guy
Well,
that
not weeks, but
Yeah,
From
yeah.
now.
A guy that have an NXT now, Oni Lorcan, used to be Biff Busick. He's been at numerous WrestleJams.
Oh, yeah.
You never know, especially in this area with the way that the talent's coming
they're
up.
all
right
coming
now.
up the pike.
Things are reaching an all-time high. I'd venture to say right now in New England as a whole.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. Really quick, just let me plug also. ISW Interspecies Wrestling will be November 19th at Tuxedo Junction.
Make
in
wrestling
Danbury.
great again.
I
Yes.
think that place is still there. Wow.
Yes, make wrestling great again. That one's going to be awesome. So far for that, they've announced it's Team Tremendous, Bill Carr, Dan Barry, taking on Akuma and Jigsaw for the Tag Team Championships. Pinky Sanchez will be taking on Space Monkey. I don't know if you've seen him, but he's pretty awesome.
I've seen Saru, but if he's anything like Saru,
What else?
can't be any worse.
Yeah, Fluffy the Killer Bunny will be
course.
defending his other, they call it the other championship in a fatal four-way. A lot more coming for that. Leon St. Giovanni versus Is He Dead Yet? That one's going to be
Oh,
insane.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that one's going to be another awesome card. Definitely more adult-oriented, so leave the kids home.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on the next few months here.
Definitely. RJ, thank you for coming on.
My pleasure, guys. Always a pleasure.
Dangerous Dan, anything to say?
Definitely go on our Facebook page or
Paradise Alley,
Paradise Alley Wrestling,
EAPW. Yep.
PAPW. Thank you, John.
There you go.
Grab those tickets for Dieselmania.
Come out Saturday, Stop and Shop.
Come out Saturday, stop and shop. But the more important thing is those tickets at Dieselmania, so we can do the best we can for the Michael Diesel D'Angelo Fund, Scholarship Fund. And our once-in-a-lifetime commentary team will be there.
Yes, we will.
It's
In
your
the
life.
Why wasn't I invited?
You were, but you
Because you're
haven't-
hard-headed,
I'm
John.
hard-headed.
you haven't said anything yet.
Right.
You haven't said anything yet. You haven't made any claims yet.
I got a new address. Maybe it got lost in the mail.
Could be. But in any event, I'm Hollywood J. Williams. Good night, good luck. See you next Tuesday.
Don't go to Popeyes.
It's your life.
Show him your biscuit.